Hi everybody, I am Nurbalki Shafika binti Muhammad Azmi. My matric number is 279362 and I'm going to be presenting about the introduction and also the objectives of the report.
Data is the most effective tool to inform, engage, and create opportunities for students along their education journey. Thus, it is very important for the educators to collect data in the right format to unfold every potential from the students. When the data is interpreted effectively, it can be used to understand individual student needs and also their performance. In this report, sample student data is collected from 150 students of math course, which includes specific data inputs such as student demographics and specific data outputs including absences and grades. The objectives of the study are as follows. The first one is to identify the background of the math course students. The second one is to interpret the data given successfully, and the last one is to enhance the knowledge of the course.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Razib Rosman, matric number 281451. As for my part, I will briefly explain about what is mean, mode, median, and standard deviation. Firstly is mode. What is mode? Mode of a set of data describe which value occur most frequently. Let's say if two or more numbers occur the same number of times and occur more often than all other numbers in the set, those are called mode of the data set itself. And if each number in the set occurs same number of time, that's mean there is no mode in the data set. Okay, next is median. Median is a set of data which describe what value is in the middle if the set is ordered from greatest to least and vice versa. So if there an even number of values, the median is the average if the two middle values. Just take 2 in the middle and then divide it by 2, so we get the median. And for odd number, you just take the total item plus 1 divided by 2, so we'll get the median. And median is a good measure of central tendency to use when a set of data has an outlier. Next is mean. Mean is a set of data describe the average of data set. To find the mean, you must add all the numbers and divide it by the total item in the set to find the mean. So if you get 1, 2, 3 and 4, total up those 4 numbers and divide it by 4. So we'll get the average of the data. And mean can be easily greatly affected if one of those number is outlier. Mean also is a good central tendency when a set of data does not have any outlier. And last but not least is standard deviation. Standard deviation is a measure of dispersion of a set of data from mean. You find the mean, then you can find the standard deviation. And it also measure the absolute variability of distribution. So if a data is close together each other, the standard deviation will be small. And if the data is spread out widely, the standard deviation will be larger. And standard deviation often denoted by the lowercase greek called sigma.
Hello, I'm Noorina binti Busri, 278324. I will present the result of qualitative data. Gender of students that takes mathematics course. There are 150 students in the mathematics course. Based on the data that we have, it shows that the pattern of the gender is female student is higher than male students, which is occupy 51% of students of mathematics course, while the male student is 49%. Also, the mode for the gender is female, which occupies by 77 students. Next is current health status by the student of mathematics course. The health status of student is graduated as very poor, poor, fair, good, and excellent. As we can see, the number of students that current health status very poor is 20 students, in poor status is 14 students, in fair status is 22 students, in good status is 21 students, and in excellent status is 73 students. Based on the data that we analyzed, the parents of mathematics course are in healthy conditions. The mode of this variable is in excellent condition, which is recorded by 73 out of 150 students. On the other hand, the median for the health status is in good health status. Since there are 150 students, the median is located at 75th and 76th position after being arranged accordingly. Hence, both of these values are the same. So we can conclude that the median is at good status. Indicator 4.
Hello, I am Nur Idina Ijati binti Ahmad Zamri. My matric number 280055. I will present the result of quantitative of data. Firstly is age. Okay. Based on the bar graph above, it shows that the pattern of student age is decreasing. The mean is 30 and the mode for the student that take math course is age 15, which is 79 students. This is because at the age of this, it is a good time for them to master in math and would be easier for them if they would pursue in calculation field in further study. The median is student in age 15 years old. Besides that, the standard deviation is 32.8938. Okay, next, a grade of student mathematics. The bar graph show that the pattern of the grade of student mathematics is slightly increasing and decreasing, starting grade 9 until 11 for the first period grade. Besides that, it illustrates that higher average grade of students who take subject in mathematics on second period grade compared by first grade and final grade. The mean score for second period grade is 11.2, while the first grade and final grade are 11.12 and 11.02 respectively. This shows that students got half of grade. Maybe we thought that students have difficult question or do not have enough time to be answering. However, we can see that the standard deviation of mathematics student for the final grade is 4.5409 and higher than other both. Standard deviation are 0.2078 and 3.6156 respectively. So conclusion, the higher variation in comparing with other is final grade students.
From the result presented in this paper, it shows that there is a lot of ways to determine the mean, mode, and median of the data set given. From the survey taken, we can clearly see that most of the respondents who took this course and answered are female compared to male. Following that, for the analysis related to the survey of students' activities, internet and romantic in mathematics course, the internet expects to receive the most yes votes, whereas romantic receives the most no vote. Other than that, the total time taken by the students to studies also shows the average of 2 to 5 hours per week, and this is kind of good time for students to revise and learn on their own. We could see that this form of decision could have an influence on the student's grade. Thus, knowledge of this distribution is therefore essential in order to derive correct conclusions about the behavior of examined groups.